Alright, Elite 3 here, and today we have another Mailbin. So here's a quick look at it. Probably about 30 packages, so whatever's come in since I did the last one, I've just been kind of throwing them into the bin. Let me grab the cutter and we'll get down to business here. Take a look at some of these cards. There might be some 2017 Prism in here. Big fan of the product. I did break a case of it, and it was a very fun time. My two biggest hits, I guess, were a Brett Favre Gold Auto to 5 and a Kaiser Gold Vinyl Auto to 5. So some pretty good hits there. So here's a 2017 Prism right off the bat, and this was, I think it's just a base. No, this is the auto. So I know on my channel I always tell everybody stay away from the rookie running backs, but I just have a problem. So it's definitely a problem. So Fournette Prism Refractor, just the base one, but it's still a neat looking card. But it was pricey though. It was like $50. So whoops, that one slipped. Next one. And I'm trying to get into basketball cards. I just don't have the knowledge like I do in football and baseball. It's just tough because I don't know the players, the sets, and how much cards were worth in the past. It's just like starting from ground zero on that. But I'm gonna still try. Pacific Tom Brady. This is 2000. Obviously, his rookie year. This set's often beat up pretty bad, but this one looks pretty damn good. Now, right here on the bottom, I mean, there's a little white chipping, but even sometimes on Gem Mint cards, you'll see this. From the naked eye, this example looks like a PSA 9, so it'll definitely be going off in my next bulk order. I've got a couple different orders I'm prepping. I'm prepping a 100 card order and a 500 card order. So the 100 card order will have cards that have a higher value, like cards that are worth like $40 or $50 or higher, and then the 500 card order will have, you know, anything below that. Here's a Tomlinson. So he pops up in pretty much every single bin these days, but this is the Topps debut on card to $4.99, so it's just a sick card. Package well. Oh, it's a nice one too. See, I just like buying Tom Brady cards, even though they're at, you know, pretty much their like peak in the last couple years. I feel like it's buying into like a blue chip stock like Apple or something. You always expect more. Like for Tom Brady cards, I expect them to go up more. So I feel like it's a good buy. And if you can find one in decent condition, maybe get a good grade on it. I don't know. That's what's so fun to me about buying these raw cards. So here's the Elite Rookie to 2000, and I believe the first 500 are die cut version of this card. But somebody might need to correct me on that, because I can't. I read it somewhere one time or saw it online. I just can't remember exactly how they did that set. Another Brady. So I've just been kind of checking out auctions on his stuff, and then I'll check Terapeak, which is a great resource for buying cards, and then I'll just kind of see what the cards are going for and how much I want to pay, and then if I win, I win. If I don't, I don't. This one, it looks like a little tab from Evolution Sports Marketing, but I'm not sure exactly who I bought it from. But that looks pretty good to me, guys. It's probably not a mint 9, but I think it's got a great chance at an 8.5. Just because these bottom two corners, I know PSA is tough on that. I'm almost positive it would get a Beckett 9 with like 8.5 or 9 corners. So that's just the difference between Beckett and PSA. And I actually sent in my first SGC order off. It's only like I think it's 2 or 3 cards. But I sent that off last week. So when that comes in, I'll do a video those. They're actually pretty high-end cards, so we'll see what SGC thinks about them. So a lot of cool stuff in this bin today. So we have the Bowman LeBron James. This is the base. I think the set's called Bowman Rookies and Stars or something like that. But this is it's a nice looking one too. And you know, when I say, you know, the card that looks great when I'm holding it like this, a lot of things change when I actually take a close look at the cards. But it's a nice looking one. And those Bowman LeBrons are about 50, 60 bucks. So I think they're still pretty affordable. Here we go. Took a while. It took almost 6 minutes to get Vic off the board, but here he is. I think this was like 10 bucks, so obviously it's off-centered. It's the Bowman Chrome Refractor. Great looking card. The only thing that I've always kind of has been a con for me about this card is the print run so high on it. $19.99. So Vic Bowman Chrome Refractor. Let's do this one. It's from Japan, so I don't know. Oh, this is a sick one, guys. It's the SP Authentic Gold Peterson. There's some nasty stuff in this bin. He said one of the edges or corners was dinged, but obviously I don't need to tell you guys about Peterson's career. He's his first ballot Hall of Famer, and he's still running pretty damn hard. He's kind of a player that's probably going to stick around the league another few years and just latch onto a team like he has with the Cardinals, and they're just going to feed him the rock because you're not really trying to save him for anything, you know. He just wants the ball, and teams don't really care about, you know, like the long term with him. So that's one of the pros he has to offer at this point in his career. He just wasn't getting the ball much with the Saints. I mean, he's playing like 10 snaps. He's not going to get in rhythm at all. So as a Saints fan, I was happy to see him go to a team where he can actually play. And the Saints look really good right now with their two backs, Kamara and Mark Ingram. So that was a win-win trade. Fitzgerald, Topps Chrome 04. This is the base. And I'm getting a little reflection here. So PSA 9 on that one. It's in one of the older slabs, pre-hologram, so at least 2 or 3 years old, probably more on that one. This was cheap. It was like $2.75 plus shipping. Any Tom Brady cards that are numbered, or I mean, even base stuff is worth sending in at this point. The way his hobby is. So here's a Brady orange prisms or orange refractor, whatever you want to call it. Man, this is Tom Brady Day. So we have one of my favorite, actually, even though it's not one of the most valuable. I'd say this is one of my, I put it in the top 5 of Tom Brady Rookies. I just love this set. It's kind of a cool picture too. So this is the Upper Deck Star Rookie, and PSA 10s of this go anywhere from like $450 to $650. So I'm not saying this is a PSA 10. No, it's got a dinged corner down there. It's probably like a 7, but it wasn't. I think it was like 75 bucks, so it wasn't crazy expensive. And this card used to sell for about 30, so it's more than doubled in the past year to year and a half. So, which is pretty much the norm for all Tom Brady stuff. This was a throw-in because I definitely don't buy baseball from Panini with the blank helmets. It looks like something you'd find out of like a post cereal box back in like the 90s. It just looks weird without the logos, and they don't even put the team. I mean, they put the city, but not the name. I'm not spending any money on that. Here it is. I always pick these up if I can get them at the right price, and Griffey's stuff has cooled off a little bit. His Upper Deck 89 has dropped from about $450 to $350, so there's just probably, I don't know, it's all supply and demand. There are a lot of those 10s out there, though, if you think about it. This is cool. So this is the Bowman Chrome, but this one's not numbered. I'm not sure if it's more rare than the one that we saw a couple minutes ago, but this it's just the X-Fractor version, and it's centered pretty well. I don't know if I have this one slabbed. If I don't, I'll definitely send this in for the registry. But if not, it's still a badass Vic rookie card. So I'll just go with this video until my camera dies. It's about time for a new battery. This battery is just pathetic. You can charge it for 5 hours and it'll last 20-25 minutes. That's something that I miss about filming on my iPad. Battery was great on there, but the sound is terrible. So sounds a lot better on this Canon camera. It's just like a basic family camera, probably like $200 or $300. Topps base LeBron 2003. This is just a sick card, classic card. It's definitely an underrated card in my opinion, but it continues to rise. So Topps base LeBron. So there's just a bunch of Hall of Famers in this Mailbin. I'm a little surprised we haven't seen any vintage baseball because I'm always working on that binder. Here's the Topps Chrome Vic. Don't remember how much this was, but this card, Vic stuff is starting to jump up a little bit. Not like crazy, but I've just noticed stuff going higher than I expected. So probably about $50 on this one. So Topps Chrome. Breeze of this card is going for about $350 or higher now. So this set continues to rise. It's Topps Chrome. It's got a nice shine to it. So beautiful card. And this one might be no, this is Propstein. So oh, this is cool. So it's just 2 cards, but I sold a case of 2014 SP Authentic Football for like $2,100, which is nuts because I only paid I think I paid $600 for it, but that product has just gone through the roof because of the Derek Carr Future Watch rookie in there. So I used a bunch of that to pick up some of these cards. This is the SP Authentic Breeze rookie to 800, and I know the patch isn't the best patch you'll ever see, but I was kind of buying it more for the PSA 10, which I mean you would want a nice 2 or 3 color patch, or like even the Charger bolt would be sick on this, but it's a PSA 10 and it wasn't crazy expensive, so pick that up. And then we got a Pujols. I think is there 2 of these? Maybe just put an extra case in there. No, there's 2. So a couple Pujols 2001. These are Topps traded, his rookie card, so maybe a candidate. I know Propstein is a consigner, so he just, whatever people ship to him, he just lists. He doesn't really know anything in on the condition or anything. He just kind of lists the card, so take it for what it is. Here we go. Something to add to the binder. That's cool. I think this is my first one too, and and that's centered great. Wow. No, that's like 90-10, but it's going in the binder, and it's a Clemente 73. So neat. This is his last card, I think, too. Breeze Crown. So this is one of my better Mailbins in terms of mid-end to high-end stuff. So here's a Breeze Crown. This is on card. It's a 250 in the college uniform, and the auto still has some nice color to it. It's not totally faded like a lot of the autos from this era that you will see. So there's a nice Breeze. I've got a bunch of cards to look through tonight and see if anything is a viable candidate to send off to California. Oh, something else too. I've got there's a PSA order coming in tomorrow, so I don't know when that video is going to go up, but I'd expect it in the next 5 days or so. And it's around 105 cards. It's a bulk order, and it's kind of like cards that have a value of like 35 or higher, so there's no low-end stuff in there. Here's a Pujols 2001 Upper Deck 8, so I think this was like $10, so a cheap Pujols graded card, pretty cool. Here's a thicker package. This just sounded funny. This might be one of those Prism lots, so something I like to do, as I've said in the past, and you'll see me buy sometimes like vintage baseball lots, and that's just kind of to stock the store up. I've got the equipment. Okay, this was a Donruss lot, and this is kind of around the same concept. I'll buy these lots, and I feel like I get them pretty dang cheap, and then I just scan all the cards and put them into my store because I've got the quick scanner. So this is just some 2017 Donruss stuff. I think I got like 90 cards for $20, so just a bunch of, there's a Fournette, so press proof, some stuff numbered, like that's out of 10, that's out of 10, and then some golds, oranges, a bunch of color inserts, and it's just kind of a way for me to stock the store up, and I feel like I can, you know, I'm not trying to make a huge profit on this because I don't think you can, but I can definitely stock the store up and make a little back, and maybe even find some candidates in there. So it's just fun buying lots because a lot of the time they sell for such cheap amounts that it's hard to pass them up. And the reason why they sell so cheap is because most people that collect aren't looking for a huge bundle of cards. You know, they want this player or this team, and when you sell a lot like that of just random stuff, it's not going to go for as much as they're worth because people like to collect what they like to collect, not just broad items like that. So here's a cool little Vic card from 2004. I think it's just a base Fleer Tradition. And then we got some Upper Deck Victories. So I think these were like, that one's like crease bad. That's why you got to protect your cards a little better. At least soft sleeve them or something. So I think 7 of these for about $5. Peterson, this is the Score Atomic from 2007, and the battery is getting low, so I might be cutting off here very shortly. Here's a Beckett card. So I bought this basically because it's the Tomlinson Black, and the centering they got at 8. I honestly don't think it looks that bad, guys. This might be a good snap candidate. Try to get a PSA 9, although the surface is 8.5, so the way Beckett grades it, most likely has like some bad surface scratches going on. But this is the Black Refractor, and this is just an amazing card in my opinion. So it's out of 100. These don't pop up very often, so that you don't have many chances to pick these up. So when you see one in an auction, I just jumped at it. So LT Black. Here's another Vic card. So just kind of thrown in there. There's no top load or anything, which is disappointing for a card that's out of 50 and one that I would potentially like to grade, but most likely won't be. But it's a freshman orientation Michael Vick. So I am going to end the video right there. There's a few packages left in the bin, but I'll just save those for the next one. And let me know what you guys think about the cards in the description. As always, subscribe, like if you like it, and I'll get working on the PSA order soon.